In today's video, I'm going to be explaining how the PolePartners network works with a fun interaction. I should resize this a little bit so we have enough room to do this. So at first, it starts with the main part, home. And here, home links to the beta. And the beta has a link that goes back to home. So that means it's kind of loop. You can go to home, then go back to beta, then you can go back to home via beta. Then home will still have a link back to beta. And then as soon as you see it, you would see two pictures. And first one has multiple pictures in one slideshow. Yeah. And then those two pictures lead into a grid of other pictures. All these pictures have captions. And then the captions lead into two other things. One is 5 more pictures, and the other one leads to stories. And then eventually, this leads to an image of the OG window, the logo of the PolePartners network, which was a little computer screen. And then the stories lead into a YouTube video. This YouTube video is a video of, this video is about Bugdroid moving. This is the symbol for moving. Yeah, look so far. And underneath this leads to a Google Maps. And this Google Maps is about Bugdroid. And underneath that, oh, you guessed it, more videos. And eventually, we need to explain this out a little bit. Yeah. So all of this eventually goes into the new beginning, which is 2. The new beginning starts off with that leads to 28 pictures. 28 pictures. And then that's literally that's the end of the new beginning. The new beginning is really short. And then all of this, again, this leads into Sri, which is a very sad story. And this story has 3 main parts. One is Gemini, which is this little star logo. And then the second one is about me. It's me. And of course, the third one is about the pool. And on top of that, it was raining when the story was made. And then we were also talking about a tornado. Then I remember then on the story we played like games of like Mayor Ducktown, which was like we were a duck and you had to like control the city and stuff. This is the worst duck I ever made. This looks terrifying. Just doing a mayor hat. And that's already the end of a very sad story. All this goes to 4. 4 is the coolest one. Hallucinates. It starts off with 4 pictures that goes into and that goes into a story. And then the story goes into one big picture that is about a famous 90s toy. If you didn't guess from my previous videos, it's a Furby. This picture is about Furby coming out of a portal. The Furby comes out of the blue portal and falls into a world of certain red plumber. And then all this goes to more images. These images have these structures. These images have famous structures known as this, which are mostly surrounded by colorful fragments. Again, the image I currently see on the other side of the screen is this. And of course we have this little person falling down. And then another one in the other image goes down to another Furby. But this Furby is a little different. This Furby has a hat. A blue hat. This Furby on his hat says F for Furby. And yep, you guessed it. He is also floating on a structure which is a pipe. A very green pipe. And on the sides are rusty pipes with little frogs sitting on them. They're floating in the sky, and above it is a blue ring planet. That is not Jupiter. It's something else. And then along all this, there's bubbles. If we go up here, there's another part, which is circus hot air balloons. Do you heard of hot air balloons? It also looks pretty bad. And in the background of all this is a weird structure that looks like this. Just a pink structure. At the bottom is a bunch of weird purple fragments blue lines and like gray thin dark brown lines. And then there's a little the guy comes back and he's falling again. Like in that picture right there. I need to extend this a little bit more. Okay. And this goes into one more picture. This is almost ready for now unless there's text. And then there's a little plushie here. This plushie looks like a little bear. It has a nose, like this. Has little ears. But it looks like it has like 4 feet or something. 1, 2, then 3, 4. Looks like a spider kinda. It looks much like Doge. But then it has like pink cheeks. By it, there's like a triangle. A pink circle. Pink circle, pink circle, and pink circle. Above this, on his head, is the little torch. This torch is emitting a line. The line is going on into the sky, eventually going all the way up. There's a bunch of images. I'm not going to show you all of it. But then all these images go into one thing. A challenge, which is hosted on Reddit. At the end of the hallucinates is a little game, a HTML game that you can actively play on the website. So you have to swap these things and make them correct. And this is called the Flux Scramble. Then all of this goes into another one, which is for arts. As you know, there's not that much special. It's just little artworks of like more like a plumber that I made. And again, all of this goes into stories. And then there's these are the stories. Are them by numbers. There's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 16. Then it goes to 500, that's 10, which is the first story. All these other ones are empty. Then this is 15, 50, 500 by 620. Then all of this goes to another version called Hallucinarts, which is basically the same thing. More images. All this crosses over and goes into the interaction lab, which is just literally Copilot, where you can actively make glitches on the website actively here. Then this goes to the most coolest one. PPN Toys. PPN Toys means the Pool Publish Network. Pool Publish P Network. And these have toys like this one. There's a little holder called a Fluximus Official Tower Toy. And this goes down to another cool one. This is a more technical one. A wallet, which has more of the arts from earlier in the Hallucinates tab on it. And then eventually it all comes down to a end. And two last ones. That is the InfoPad 1. This is I and 01, which means InfoPad also would be IP00. This is an InfoPad 1. This gives info about all the characters in the home. And then the last one is InfoPad 2. This gives info, which is actually mind maps. And you guys get more pictures about stuff in home. And bringing it all together in this one thing, it is a website that is about AI glitching, just symbolized by these little sparks. And then I took it, found it cool, took my fascination, made it into a website on Google Documents, sites, and that's the end of the explainer. Hope you like it. Bye.